Hello, how are you, lovely shiny souls? Thank you for following at Peaceful Village here, Aurora Nanda, and enjoying this beautiful, amazing environment, Amazonian jungle. Today, I want to share with you guys my experience of 5 days of dry fasting. Let me clarify what is a dry fasting because still there's so many confusion around the topic. Dry fasting or fasting is the voluntary act of refraining from any food, any solid food. Also, no water, no juices. So basically, it's closing completely your stomach, your mouth, no digestion of any matter, no even fruits. So this is done through many purposes. Some people do it because religion topics, other ones do it for healing, other ones do it as a vow, as a there's many reasons why people do this. Also, in my personal case, I did different type of fastings and dry fasting with different reasons. But this one particularly, I didn't do it with the intention to heal something within. I did it mostly to connect from the planet, with the planet Earth. So many of you are asking why a fasting to connect with Mother Earth. Because these fastings, I was doing it during the previous days of solstice. Mostly the planet in this season of Christmas, New Year's Eve is celebrated through Gregorian calendar. There's a lot of noise, a lot of music, a lot of overeating, a lot of socialization, a lot of materialism, consumerism. So since many of you know that I'm living here in the jungle so far 4 years, and the first 3 years and a half I've been living in this environment without electricity, without artificial light, without internet, without so many distractions. So I was connecting from air and from body. And from my experience, I was feeling that the rhythm of nature was not synchronized with the rhythm of the Gregorian calendar and with the celebrations that the Gregorian calendar brings. So for me, it was not matching. It was nothing in the cosmos or the universe or in this nature telling me this is a closing chapter, this is Christmas, this is a new year, and this is the new starting. There was nothing of that. So I was seeing that nature was in one direction, in one rhythm and speed, and society was in other ways. Also, I noticed that this is a time where there's an invitation, a natural invitation to be more resting, like slow down, like more for self-reflection, but we are doing the opposite. So that's why I decided to fast. I was fasting not only from solid food or from water, I was also fasting of words, of speech. So I didn't talk for 5 days at all, even with my partner beside. We didn't talk to each other for those 5 days. I was totally in silence. I didn't listen music. I also was not reading any book. I was not in social media. I didn't watch any device, any book. I was just being during those 5 days. Was an abstinence of many things, so of distraction, of stimulus, of food, of water, of words, of socializing. So I retreat for 5 days totally. I had contact water from outside, so I had showers, rainwater, the first 3 days of my fasting. And the last 2 days, I didn't wash myself because it was raining here, so it was very humid, and I was feeling a little bit sensitive the last two days. So the last 2 days were completely dry, no water contact at all in my hands or something, no. But the 3 first days of the dry fasting, yes, I had showers, and I was splashing some water in my face and here and there, but no water consumption. My experience. I did this fasting in 3 stages. The first stage was the stage of preparation. So that was dedicated 2 days before the dry fasting to diminish the consumption of food. So during these days, the first day of preparation, I had just liquids, and I had a cooked soup, and just juices, natural juices, some fruits here and there, and small soup in the afternoon. The second day of preparation, before the dry fasting, I had no cooked soup. I had just juices. I also didn't chew any fruit, so it was just liquid, like a liquid diet. And very somehow laxative juices. So the first one was a combination between oranges, pineapple, some katuk, like a green, leafy greens that we have here. Also at some point I had some papaya smoothie with some bananas. Basically I was that day in juices. And I closed my last drink intake with a tea, and this tea was grated ginger roots and cloves. This is very good for killing some harmful bacteria and parasites or parasite eggs that you want to wash out during this fasting. So that was my last drink or intake. So after that, that was more or less at 5 p.m., my second day of preparation. I started right away in that afternoon, no interest in anything. The first day, it was very calm. I didn't have any kind of physical discomfort. Honestly, it was very soft. I felt a little hunger at midday, but because I was so determined, I didn't pay so much attention. I took a shower. I walked a little bit around. I was meditating and like doing walking meditation. I was in this hammock, sitting down, just observing nature, just observing the birds flying, the plants moving, saying hi. I was just being. I was not stimulated or anxious. I was just relaxed. My partner was kind of around, checking if I was needing something, but not interrupting me or disturbing me. So it was like just being around just in case. And that was the first day. Nothing Nothing happened. It was very smooth, was very light, no difference so much. I have to tell you that I have experience doing fastings before. So it was not something that I just jumped to do this 5 dry fasting right away. I was training my body slowly to do 1 day dry fasting, then 2 days dry fasting. Then I had 4 days dry fasting twice. I had then 2.5 days dry fasting. I have water fasting 5 days, 4 days. I have a juice feast, liquid diet for 15 days, 3 weeks. I have coconut water fasting. So I had experience, and I've been training a little bit my body to rely less and less on this food. So I have periods where I can go to fast, very nice. Also, as most of you probably know, I'm vegan, so my diet is totally plant-based. I don't eat animals or dairy since almost 10 years of my life. So that also made everything more subtle. So I didn't crave anything. Also, I stopped drinking coffee a long time ago, many years ago. So I don't have so much stimulants. I have chocolate bars, vegan chocolate bars, very rarely here and there. So it's not part of my daily life. Also, I don't eat bread or pasta as part of my daily life. So somehow my diet is more sort of compared to what I was before, or compared as the average people. So also I don't eat 3 times per day. I don't have breakfast, lunch, dinner. I can have a very gentle breakfast that always is fruits, juice fruits. Then a midday or early afternoon I can have a big meal, and then a little bit fruit later. So basically I'm having just 1 or maximum 2 meals per day. So I'm not having the three meals. So my body somehow is a little bit accustomed to this. And I'm getting slowly expanding the time to survive, to thrive without dense food. So okay, the second day, I started feeling a little bit hungry this time, and my mind was remembering all the food that I love. I was, oh my God, I wish now Indian curry. Oh my gosh, I would love to have noodles, Asian style. I was craving soup. I was craving everything vegan. I don't have any craving at all for cadaver, for animal flesh, or for dairy at all. Even in my dreams, I'm vegan. Even in my dreams, when I have dreams about food or someone offering me food in my dreams, it's like I make sure that this is vegan, otherwise I don't touch it. So I have 0 cravings for this. So all my cravings are vegan meals, vegan preparation, especially kind of Asian style, Indian style, Chinese style. That was basically, also I was craving like a chocolate cake that I love. So I was having these desires in my mind, but I was observing them. I was not judging them. I was enjoying them and being grateful for the experience that I had before. But now I voluntarily say to myself, I don't need it, I don't want it. I can overcome this. And yeah, it's testing for our own self-determination, for our own power. And so, yeah, overcoming our own thoughts, our own demons, our own desires is pretty intense. So, yeah, I had to deal with my own mind, craving food, but my determination was stronger and stayed for that. And then I had gentle headache, very gentle headache. That's something that surprised me because in my previous fastings I had zero headaches, but probably because the days before I had some chocolate cakes and I had some vegan cacao ceremony, chocolate drinks and this kind of things. So probably the effect of this chocolate in my blood still was there because just some days, weeks before I was into so much chocolate. So then maybe because of that, but it was very gentle, it was not something heavy, it was just very gentle headache the second day. I washed myself again, I have a shower with rainwater that we collect freely here at Peaceful Village. And that's it. I walk again, gently, like walking meditation. I was in the hammock all day, observing myself, observing around. Then I was having kind of past memories. My mind was so much in the past. When I was a child, when I was a teenager, remembering a lot my family, my friends, and those moments that I had when I was traveling. So yeah, many past memories came to the surface, but sometimes I was observing it and then putting my attention back to this place that is very beautiful and very grateful to be here. But sometimes again I was enjoying being back in my past, in my mind. So I was observing everything, and that was the second day. No discomfort, no pain, no symptoms, nothing. So it was easy. The third day was kind of similar to the other days. I was in the hammock, no symptoms, no pain, no discomfort. I was not feeling hungry, really. Like my thoughts now about food diminished tremendously. Was more like thinking about my past, my memories, appreciating this nature. I took a shower. Yeah, basically nothing. No, so 3 days so far and no symptoms, no nothing. I was feeling okay. I was feeling good. No hungry, no thirsty. No. Just my stomach was kind of very flat, and I was starting to look myself more skinny, more thin, yeah, thinner, and that's it. I slept. I had some periods of sleeping during the day, and then I noticed that at night I was not sleeping. At night I was very awake, mostly the whole night, but I was not feeling the insomnia feeling, like, oh, I need to sleep. No, I was not sleeping, but I was not feeling that I was needing to sleep. So I was just accepting everything. I was pretty awake at night, almost the whole night. If I slept, was just probably an hour, and that's it. But the whole night was so long because I was pretty awake. I have peaks of energy where I was feeling like I have so much strength, like I want to do many things. And I have other moments where I was feeling like weak, like I need to be very gentle and to rest. So the fourth day is kind of more interesting, the fourth day. because this here was raining, so I didn't have any contact water. I was kind of feeling a little bit cold. I didn't want to take any shower. I put even socks and I covered myself because I was feeling very sensitive in my skin. I was not in fever, but I was a little bit cold. And I was not hungry, but in the afternoon of the fourth day, I was starting feeling a little bit thirsty, and I was craving coconut water badly. I was craving juices, all kind of juices, orange juice, tangerine juice, cantaloupe juice, watermelon juice. So I had a small period of thirst during the afternoon of the fourth day, but somehow it disappeared. It was like for 2 hours or so, my lips were a little bit dry, but then everything aligned except, and then the thirst decided to disappear. I was feeling something like, also my mind was like experiencing kind of hallucinogenous moments when you start seeing fractals or mandalas, but was very subtle. It was not deep. It was like very, very subtle. Here and there. It was not so stable. So it was nice because when I started meditating, it was like woof, like if I was right away opening portals. And sometimes I felt like scared because I was feeling like elevated so fast, and then I was needing to ground, so I opened my eyes and I started to establish myself. But yeah, it was so easy to start meditating and start seeing fractals anywhere, and seeing mandalas and feeling like levitating and this kind of experience. So somehow I just slowed down and start breathing, and that's it. I have no discomfort. I have no pain, nothing in my fourth day either. So I was just more skinny. And the fourth day, I was starting now visibly losing a lot of weight. My stomach was very, very flat, and yeah, I noticed my mouth more bitter, like a bitter sensation, and there's some white stuff in my tongue that I was crapping. I start sweating a little bit in my armpits, and I had a deposition. Yes, I had a feces. One deposition in the fourth day in the afternoon, after 4 days of not eating anything. So then there was something came out, and then I had another deposition coming out. So yeah, I always pee during this time, not as much, but I pee here and there. The fourth night, I was totally awake. I was like not sleeping at all. I was listening everything. My senses were more amplified. Somehow my vision was more sharp. My hearing was better. I released mucus, a lot of mucus, especially in the fourth day. I released mucus, but without feeling like a cold or so, just mucus out. And basically that was the experience. And the fifth day, I had also no contact with water outside. I didn't have any shower. Here was kind of very humid. I was doing some breathing exercises, connecting, and also I was still seeing here and there some mandalas, some fractals. And if I meditate, I go very deep quickly, and I was feeling very sensitive, and my body, my skin, like very, very sensitive. I was pretty skinny, and I was happy. I was joyful because I wanted to have this experience in solstice, and to do the opposite that society do, and saying nature and doing this because I'm emptying myself to unlearn, to relearn, and to reprogram myself. So I'm resetting, and I want to reset with you, with your natural rhythm. So this is my intention. So that was very powerful, that was very beautiful, and I felt like the love of Mother Earth, like, yeah, like a mother, you know, taking care of the child, and like if I was her. And somehow I felt like I have to honor all the phases of the moon here. Usually here, during new moons and full moon, we stop, we rest, we don't do any activity, we don't do even yoga, we don't do any forestry work, we just rest, we just be. Many times what we do is that new moons and full moons we fast and we don't talk. Or sometimes during full moon, if we have guests or friends around, we celebrate, but we honor those two phases. So during this fasting, I had the vision that I should also embrace the first quarter and the last quarter. So to make the complete cross. So not just new moon, not just full moon, but also the two sides, first quarter and last quarter. And so then I can make the complete cycle, making the cross and balance myself in the center. So I had this kind of downloading, and now I will incorporate this in my daily life, being more attentive to the first quarter and last quarter. And then I had kind of this insight to know where, on the which phase of the moon I was born. I don't know why. I had this kind of inquiring. I asked my mother, she doesn't remember at all. So then I started checking online and to the moon calculator, went to my year of birth and this, and I discovered that I was born exactly in the last quarter phase. But it means that the last quarter phase is after the full moon, is almost finishing the cycle. So it's someone that has made 3 quarters of the journey, and just have a little piece remain to work on it. So in this meaning, it could mean that I've done somehow a big journey here on Earth, that I've accumulated somehow experiences, knowledge, wisdom, but now it's time to start letting go. Like autumn, you know, like in autumn phase, many leaves start falling out, leaving what it doesn't serve anymore, and being grateful for the journey, and just releasing, forgiving, being in gratitude, saying almost goodbye. So that was beautiful because now I have to honor more that last quarter moon, because it connects with my soul and the journey of my soul, and how I'm here in this phase, saying like, I already lived so much, I already learned so much, I have very little work to do here, and when it's done, I'm living. It's like thank you, you know, Mother Earth, for hosting me all this time. So far brings a lot of feelings on me, feelings of joy, feelings of nostalgia, feelings of gratitude, flashbacks in many places. So it's beautiful because somehow I went to the purpose. I fulfill the purpose to connect more with Earth, and still I receiving kind of information of the cycles of the moon and the cycles of the sun. So definitely I invite everyone to go more with the natural rhythm that is more beautiful. It's not stressful. It's more relaxing. It connects more with what is truly happening here in this physical reality. And the Gregorian calendar with the religion stuff and with the governmental celebrations like Independence Day, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, Easter, all these kind of things are like a hijack of the true reality, of the true information, of the natural perspective. So it brings you to a more artificial, more devaluated reality. So it disaligns you because honestly you need to align with that rhythm. You need to dance in the rhythm of nature to be happy, to feel like you are one with the planet, you are one with the animals, you are one with the astros, you are one, you know. But in here is in this kind of Gregorian calendar celebrating out of synchronization, you're more isolated. You are more like saying, I don't belong to nature, I don't want nature, I don't want to connect with the planet, with my mother planet, I don't want to connect with animals, I don't want, you know, it's like putting yourself more in a bubble that enclose you, that narrow your experience here. So for me, this is kind of opening up, and I love, because it's not the same to do fasting in whatever moment, but to do a fasting with a purpose to connect with nature in exactly certain moments, like solstice, for example. A solstice of, in this hemisphere, like solstice of winter. We are in the equatorial zone, that is more like more plain. You're not in the streams, you are more in the equilibrium, but still you feel that the planet is more dormant. You know, we are under a bigger phase that is kind of more resting, more hibernating. So even people that live in Argentina, for example, that they live in a summer solstice, still they can feel. Or people that live in the Caribbean, that the sun is always shining there, they still can feel some breeze that are colder in these days. So Mother Earth is dormant, is sleeping. So we should sleep with her. We should not make party to disturb nature. We should sleep with nature. We should close our mouth. We should stop socializing. We should relax. We should start being more dormant and allowing ourselves just be, do nothing. You deserve that. But this kind of society tells you, go to work, make it harder, buy more, eat more, socialize more than ever, all kind of consumerism, and taking you completely away from the wisdom, the rhythm of nature. So for me, it has been a very beautiful experience. I honestly recommend people fasting. Fasting is, I think, the most powerful tool that we have for healing, for self-connection, for downloading information, for aligning yourself, for tuning up yourself. For me, whatever is not healed through fasting could not be healed in other ways. Fasting is just like lying down and saying, the life forces, do the work. I'm going just to surrender. I'm going just to lie down and you do whatever you have to do. I trust you. That is a fasting. So many people think that fasting is equal to starvation. It seems apparently like it's that, but honestly, you continue eating. But now you're eating from more solar planes. So you're eating from the air. You're eating water that is in the air. You're eating more prana. So it's that you are being still sustained for more sort of food. The sun, the water, the air, the life force. So you still are being sustained here. So you're still eating, your skin is still breathing, your nose is opening up more. You are still eating, you are still having food, but no dense food, no materialized food. You're having more subtle and spiritual food. So it's not total starvation as people think. So it's very, very crucial for the healing journey, for clearing up ourselves internally and externally. All that comes with the fasting is so beautiful. I never had a fasting that I regret, or that I never had something that I didn't know. It was something, a beautiful experience. It was something a very healing. So I truly recommend fasting. I can feel the difference between fasting in nature, in a place like this, for example, at Peaceful Village, and I feel the difference of fasting in the city, like I did it before when I started my journey. Here, for example, if you are more into water fasting for whatever reason, you have here a very, very, very fresh, filtered rainwater. So you're not having the water from the tap that comes from the municipality that is heavily treated with all kinds of chemicals that damage your brain, that impair your hormones, that is somehow poison. This is natural. This is no altered. It's just plain rainwater as it is. Also, we have some springs, we have some streams, rivers, so the water here is very natural. And you have a beautiful river just walking distance when you can have contact and bathe yourself every single day during your fasting. This is a very humid environment, so that means that you will feel always hydrated. So your skin will absorb the water in the atmosphere. So you're still having this kind of hydration. So you will find here. Also, it's a tropical place, so you can make your fasting naked, comfortable. Some days are very shining. You can have some few minutes of sunbathing. It's amazing. We are surrounded by trees, lot of trees, secondary native forests and fruit trees. So that brings a lot of pure air, so you are breathing much better, prana is coming out through you much better. So also here it's very peaceful. During my 5 days, I have no contact with people. I was undisturbed. So if you need peace, this place can give you that peace. But there's people around just in case you need a help, or you need a hand, or you need that, because sometimes there's peak of energy, and sometimes you feel very, very low in energy, and maybe you can need some help to do a walking, or to go from one place to another. So there's someone here around taking care just in case, but the process is no bother. So it's very peaceful, not so much artificial noises. Sometimes there's some trucks or buses passing by, but it's very rarely. So it's not a very highly traffic road around. So it's very peaceful, you know. It's perfect. It's perfect for retreat. It's perfect for connecting with ourselves. It's perfect for speaking with nature. It's perfect to do this fasting. So the environment here supports me a lot to do 5 days with no symptoms, with no pain, feeling very, very peaceful, very safe. So I'm very, very, very grateful. So if you have any questions about fasting, if you have any question about Peaceful Village, let us know in the comments, or send us a message, a private message, or email. We're happy to assist you. We're happy to reply your concerns. There's a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of ignorance in fasting, but I truly recommend people not to trust anything or to believe or disbelieve just because other people are talking. I told you to experience everything by yourself. For example, I always read the medical science said that you cannot survive more than 3 days without water, without any liquid intake. And now I know it's false, because myself, in my own body, I was 5 days. So I have 2 more days and I'm here, you know, I didn't die. I couldn't even go further, but my goal was just 5 days for now. So probably in the future I will make 7 days, or who knows, even more. But for now, this is what I wanted. And I am happy that I did it, and I feel more reset, more renew, more, more subtle, like nice. It's a sensation of like when you are feeling like very light. So, well, okay. My last section, my last stage was the refeeding. Now, after my 5 days, I broke my fasting. I told you that I made a mistake. I made a mistake. Because I did it before, breaking my fasting with very small piece of fruit. I thought that in this fasting I could do the same, breaking my fasting with a little piece of fruit. I had a pineapple coming from this land that was grown veganically. So that means that the fruits that this land produces is organic. There's no chemicals, no growth hormones, no insecticides, no herbicides, no fungicides, nothing of that. It's very natural, just natural fertilizers with the skin of the fruits, with our own compost. So, and also there's no animal manure, there's no cross-contamination with animals. We don't have farmed animals here. We don't have even dogs, cats, anything. So everything is very veganic, what they call here. So it was a very high quality pineapple that I used for breaking my fast. I was a little piece. However, after these 5 dry days, once I start chewing, my body rejected right away and I vomited. I vomited. It was right away. There wasn't even a time for digestion. It was like once it was here, immediately my body rejected. It was like I'm not ready to chew anything, even that means a small piece of veganic, organic pineapple. So what I did is that I took a little bit more time, more than an hour after that, and then I drink the juice. Mike, my partner, was so lovely. He took the pineapple manually. He made juice for me. So then I properly broke the fasting with the juice. So I recommend more that. I recommend after 5 dry days of fasting, it's much better to break it with juices, with liquids, because the body could be in shock if it had to digest right away things, even that means fruits. So for me was more appreciated the juice. Was such a blessing, was so sweet, was so nice. I enjoyed so much. I drank very little. Then more or less in 2 hours I drank another little bit of fresh pineapple juice. Then I was having here and there some green juices, small glasses, very small glasses, drinking very slow, and not so much. Then in the refeeding took me more time. The refeeding is a very careful stage because it can totally damage the fasting, what you did during the fasting. So the refeeding has to be taken so seriously. So we need to take the time to adapt. Even we feel hungry, even if we feel that we can eat or devour everything because some demons arise. No, we have to have more power, more strength, more determination to say, I need to take it easy and I need to break this properly. So then I was 3 more days in juices. So that's a total length of 10 days. So 2 days of liquid, 5 days of dry fasting, and 3 days of refeeding only with juices. The third day, I start adding soup, liquid soup, nothing solid. So yeah, we need to honestly take it easy in the refeeding. I made another mistake in the refeeding. In the second day of the refeeding, despite that I was still in juices, I had to go to town to do errands and to get some provisions, some groceries for the next week with my partner. So then we had to go to town to do many things. So that was not still a good moment to choke in frequencies, you know. So when you are so resting, both silence, everything so peaceful, and suddenly you go to town to do errands, and many people approach me, oh, I have so many days without seeing you, how are you? And many people socializing. My body was kind of still in preparation, and then it shocked a little bit with people, and you know, sometimes people comes to you with their problems, with their struggles, because they know that you're here to listen to them, to give nice advice, to give a big hug, and you're there. So people right away come with all these releasings when you are in such sensitivity. So for me it was a little bit shocking. So I recommend that in the refeeding, you also don't do so much activities, and you don't socialize so much, especially going to the city right away or going to town right away, taking a little bit your time to adapt to all the aspects of you. So I know that for next time, I won't go to town in the refeeding phase a little bit after, so my body can go better. I return drained from town, very drained, like if I was giving so much energy from me. So much people approach me, asking me stuff, and telling me about their stuff. And then also I went to reply things in social media, in emails and stuff, and so much accumulated work from the previous days. So that was kind of an abrupt change, and that also we need to incorporate to our daily life gently. Is something that I recommend too. But otherwise, I just took a shower. When I came back here, I took a shower. I did a meditation. I had some juices, and I was fine. So everything was like no problem. And then in my third day, after the refeeding, I started having more soups, blending all kind of vegetables and even green peas. I was blending everything and having this very warm as a meal. And then after that, I started eating more stuff. So now I'm eating normally, and I don't have any discomfort, anything. I feel nice. I feel like more clean, you know, when you clean the house, that you feel certain energy, some freshness when you clean the space. So imagine this, but inside you, in your inner you. So I feel more that, and I also feel more connected to nature. I feel more grateful, and now I know that I was born on the last quarter moon, and what that means, and what is connected to my soul journey, and to celebrate more this phase of the moon, and to be more into the celebration of solstice, equinox, and continue this path of synchronizing with the cycles of the biorhythm. So it's a beautiful journey for me. I'm not criticizing anyone that still are in the cities on the Gregorian calendar and celebrating Christmas and celebrating New Year's Eve or celebrating Easter or birthdays and stuff. I did it before, and I enjoyed it before, so I know how it feels. I know how this connect us and create emotional bonds with our beloved ones, with our friends. So I understand that humans always do everything from heart, everything from emotions. But unfortunately, we have to balance this with the awakening of the consciousness, because otherwise we stay at the level of the subconscious mind, just repeating patterns, just attached to emotional bonds that somehow push us down and don't make us to experience our biggest potential. So it's up to us what is in our journey. If some people want to enjoy this stage of being sleeping and enjoying and pleasure and having all this kind of disalignment, because it's also an experience for the soul, is respectable. But other people or other souls are more interested in the awakening of the consciousness, of the rightfulness of life, of acquiring more values, bringing more harmony than pleasure, and bringing joy to do more and more the right things. So I'm letting go what is not serving anymore, and forgiving quicker, and embracing all kind of lives, the biodiversity. So that is beautiful. So thank you. I think this video is long enough. Thank you so much for listening my experience. I hope inspire you to do your own fastings. And if you have any question, any concern, or you need some support for doing your own fastings, let us know. I can help with that. Or if you want to come to Peaceful Village to do your own fasting, you're also welcome here. You're going to have a very nice environment that support your fasting. So thank you and take care.